Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Boulder Canyon here in Farming Simulator 19. I just want to show you this. Fuel type hay, fuel type 8,000 litres, owner my farm. And if we go up to here and you have a look, if I right click that one, it will cut the bale open. That is the new global something or other mod. There we go, global company. It's the new global company mod. It's got a big script. I've also added in the bit. It's changed all of the icons as well. So we got the BGA and Grim Beat Eater right there that we can build. So we can build our own BGA with that one. We've got a fermenting silo there where we can actually make the silage just by dumping it into a tall placeable, so we don't have to have the big long thingy-majiggies. And we've also got this. This seed maker makes seeds from grain. So you've got wheat, barley, and I think that's herbicide. Pretty sure that's herbicide there. And that one takes chaff and grass, and then you've got those. So you can see there's a few little changes here that have been made to the game. There's another little beastie that I've added in as well that I thought was very, very cool that I would like to use on this map. I thought, there we go. I thought it would be perfect for this map. I thought it's absolutely spot on perfect. And it's this one here, the Trek 600, except I didn't realize it was $190,000. Removes the tree stumps and everything up the front on there. It does that. And then you've got spikes on forestry. No? Yes. What's the difference? That's an extra 100. According to the screenshots, it's got spikes on the back. So you've got these spikes going along that will plow up the ground as well. So I'm not really sure about that bit. But certainly the front bit removes all the tree stumps, kind of like the one that we've got, and then you do the ploughing up as well. I thought this would be such a cool mod to have, except that it's $200,000, and we don't currently have $200,000, so that does sort of go against us a little bit, admittedly, and we have got some other stuff that we'd like to get first, but it's one of those things that we will get eventually, I think. It's one of those that we will get eventually. So it's something that I would like to take a look at some point. Oh, the other thing is, with this new script that we've got, and you can see here, like, the cotton, and that's got the cotton one right there. I'm wondering, if I go in here, and we go to this one, oh no, that's done the basic things in there. It doesn't actually show the new bits. Production... miscellaneous AI helper mods. No. Right, well, it doesn't show it in there, but it does show it on the actual machines and stuff when you're in here. So, I mean, like, if we go and have a look at a trailer in there, and there's all of the updated icons. And most of them are fairly self-explanatory. Some of them, I think, are better than the in-game ones. The in-game ones for straw, hay, and cut grass, you can't tell the difference between them. Like, I know that there are 3 different ones, but I struggle to... I can't really identify which one is supposed to be which. And even when I go and have a look, you go back and you have a look, and they're not sort of very... It's not very obvious which ones are which on there. It really isn't. Now, the first thing I'd like to do today... is I'd like to use this one, and I'd like to just remove the rest of the trees that we've got in this little section right here. Once we've done that, then I would like to finish doing the tree stumps with our tractor, a brand shiny new tractor that we've got. And after that, I'm not really sure. I guess, really, we want to think about doing some ploughing. We want to start ploughing up this whole area of land that we've got here and working on that. One other thing with this whole global mod thing that we've got is that it tells you that you need to remove the horse groom mod, the one where you use it to automatically exercise your horses and stuff. So it's removed that one. It's told me to remove that one, but it also tells me to remove the place anywhere. I don't have place anywhere active on this map at the moment. but it did tell me to go and remove it. So I'm assuming that it's built that functionality right in with the mod. Now, that's great and all, except that we wanted to be able to use the base game setting with... Actually, I want to just do that a second. I wanted to be able to use the base game setting with landscaping. Now, if I go here, has it changed anything? It doesn't look like it's changed anything, but if I go over here, look now, it doesn't tell me that I can change it. Raise, lower, smooth, flatten. It's the same things. Nothing's changed on there. Do I just click on that then? Sculpting, painting. It looks slightly different, doesn't it? It does look slightly different. So if I press the X on there, and then we can tab between. You've got the ground type, brush size. So it's slightly improved it and changed it a little bit. The only issue I've got is terrain. Oh, terrain cannot be modified here. Ooh. Oh, it has gone back to the terrain cannot be modified. It wasn't doing it just now. It's doing it here. There, terrain cannot be modified. But it is allowing me to modify it there. Why is it allowing me to move it on that bit, but not over here? It's like there's some bits that it is allowing it, and some bits that it's not. We've got a tree stump in there somewhere. And this is what I wanted to do. So I wanted to be able to go through and find where the tree stumps are, and then activate the place anywhere mod so that we could then use that. Because this is telling us that the terrain can't be modified. And it shouldn't be doing that. So we know that there's a tree stump under here somewhere. And then we go along and we know we can sort of find out where they all are. But it told me not to have the place anywhere mod active. It's not telling me to do anything about those trees there. So... something to do with the new mod and the settings on it. I'm not quite sure about that, but I will disable that mod for an episode. I think we'll actually disable it for our next episode. I just wanted to show you sort of what it is. But at the same time, there's some really good bits about the base game that allow us to go and get the tree stumps. And you can't get the tree stumps when you can't identify them in the ground without the terrain sort of saying, look, this is where it needs to be. And I don't really want to sort of cheat and like make a load of extra money. We're digging those tree stumps up, and we are actually doing it properly, but we're kind of doing it like we're using the mod, not the mod, but we're using the landscaping feature to identify where those tree stumps are, and then we're going to be using the place anywhere mod to be able to dig them out of the ground. So we're not spending like lots of time and effort digging them out of the ground, but we are at least able to dig them up. And that's what I wanted to be able to do, but it doesn't seem to like the idea of it for some strange reason. I'm not quite sure why. There's something a little bit odd going on with that mod. I mean, assume what I'm going to assume is that the mod is new trees and stuff. Maybe it's all right with that, but it's not all right with some of the older stuff. Maybe, I don't really know. There's something a little bit hinky going on with it. It does say that it's got it built into the new mod. That's like one of the features of it. The global thing. We'll have to have a look, but we can at least go and start marking where those tree stumps are, because that was one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to finish this bit, and then I wanted to, once I've done this bit and we've just gotten rid of these here, we'll go round and we grind off all of the tree stumps on this area. And then I wanted to go through very carefully with the landscaping feature and use it to identify where any stumps are under the ground. And then we use the place anywhere mod. And that... okay, what's going on here? The place anywhere mod should, in theory... what are you doing? It's very difficult to get this to line up sometimes. The Place Anywhere mod should, in theory, allow us to dig out those tree stumps like we did in the middle of the field. We had a few of them that didn't quite show up and didn't quite get rid of properly. So I'm hoping that we can do that again. We'll have to wait and see, though. Let's just quickly get rid of these last few trees here. We're not going to be using this one for quite a while now. We've got to finish doing this field here, and then we've got to plough this field, and we're going to actually get started with planting it and stuff like that. I'm sort of thinking that maybe we should do this field with grass to start with, just until we've gotten the money to be able to go and buy the arable materials. I mean, it shouldn't take very long to get the arable stuff. It's the combine, really, that we want to get next. That's our next big purchase, isn't it? The other thing that we're going to want to get is probably a plough, actually. Well, I'm going to need a plough of some kind, because we've got the cultivator create fields mod. And that's all well and good, and we've got a cultivator that we can use, but that doesn't actually remove the need for ploughing completely. All that does is just create the field. So we still actually, if we want to get the proper crop yield bonus, we're still going to have to actually do the ploughing of the field. I mean, we can set hired help doing that. That's not an issue. But it's sort of getting all of those machines in place. So we're going to need to buy a plough. The cultivator we've got, I don't think is big enough to go and do all of this. It's going to take away. It took us a long enough time to go and create the field down the bottom. And with this field up here is a bit bigger, I think. I'm not really sure. I'm not 100% sure on this. We've got more trees that we want to take out over by the main farm, which we will go and do at some point. But we'll worry about that after we've finished making the field up here. It's another round of trees that we can go and get as well, which should be quite good. Now go forward a bit. We've got 2 trees left. And then we're done with that bit. So I'm liking the idea of doing silage up here to start with as one of the first jobs that we do. I think we've got time to do that, because remember, we've got to leave everything on ×5 until we actually get round to doing planting. So we've got to we've got to like cultivate up the whole field and get everything ready for it. That one there, we'll cut that one off. We'll chop that one up in a minute, but here it is. The very last tree on this field, right here, there it is. That's the very last one. This is a significant moment. A very significant moment. I feel we've done ourselves proud. There it goes. We want to go and... Right, I'll bring that one back round there like that, and I'll lift you up. I'll just shut down that bit a second. I want to find that one there, bring you over here, and then chop the end off. There we go. And then you, I think we're going to drive this one all the way back to the farm now, and then we'll worry about doing the... Well, I'm going to leave the stump grinding for a second. I'm going to drive this one back to the farm. Then after we've done that, we can go through and get the truck so that we can bring that one up and start... We'll load up that timber, get that over to the mill and get that sold. And then after that, we can see about doing some stump grinding. And in tomorrow's episode, I'll disable this new mob that we've got, this global thing. And... Actually, no. If we want to, if I want to mark things out so that we know where all the tree stumps are, it might be an idea to do that now. I'll disable the global thing for now. I'm not too concerned about that one. We can have that one disabled, and then we can start running it again afterwards. Some people have said that we should have seasons. Excuse me. Seasons on here in order to make this a proper hardcore series. I'm putting seasons in as of this week onto the time-lapse series. I've already got seasons going on the series at the other end of the week, so I'm not putting seasons going on this one because I don't want to have seasons running on everything. It is a really good mod, it's absolutely fantastic, but I still don't want to have it running on absolutely everything. I don't think we need to. I think it would be quite cool to have a little bit of variation in our gameplay. So this series here will stay without seasons. Right, let's bring you in over here. I'll park this one up over here, and then we can worry about chopping down more trees another time. So park you there and stop. Like that. And now I want to go and get the truck and get the logs put up. But yeah, the other bit is, do we go digging right now? I mean, this grass down here, you look at this grass, it's getting closer to... It's actually ready to harvest. We've actually got that ready to harvest. So if I go digging it up this side, it's not going to be ready to harvest anymore. So I'm thinking that... I'm not quite sure which way round we're going to do that, but I do want to get rid of the tree stumps up the other end. That is one thing that I do want to do. The other thing I want to do is get those tree stumps... We get the regular tree stumps out of the way. If we can get that done this evening, that would be great, because then that tractor up there can have the mower and the baler on it, and hopefully in the morning, because the grass will have grown a little bit longer, that one can start doing mowing and baling. We've already got a decent... what do you call down here now? A wrapper. That one goes nice and fast. So we've got our wrapper already taken care of. So the only thing that we really need to worry about is just kind of maybe if I do a couple of rounds around the outside to start with the silage, and then the rest of it we can leave. I didn't mean to drift in round that corner. It's got to be said that that wasn't actually part of the master plan. Switch to the left, like that, and then start... Oh, wait a minute. Stop the auto load. Go back to you. How many have I got? I got 2 piles. We want to change that to 1 pile like that. There. Now start auto loading. And I want to load up all of the rest of this timber. We're not going to bother moving it off to the side and doing a tidy load. Leave it right where it is. Wait a minute. You should be on the left. You are on the left. So why aren't you actually loading? Oh, it is. It's just taking its sweet time, that's all. Okay, it's... doesn't normally go that far away from the truck, though. Like, maybe it does. Okay, that's how... It would be really good if you could see where the actual loading point is. Because sometimes you really struggle to see where it's gonna load from. It's like it doesn't. It's not particularly intuitive. You over here. I got 1 log up on the side, which generally makes it go a little bit funny sometimes. Bring those there. Well, maybe he's gonna be all right with it. No, he does look like he's going to be alright with this one. We'll load that onto there, like that. I'm going to go on a little bit further. There. Right, I'm going to stop loading a second. Turn round. Over to there, and then stop. What I'd like to do is get that log to come off the top. It's... thinking about it. There we go. Right, that's much better. And then start loading here, and we should be able to get the rest of these logs loaded up. Almost. How far am I going to have to go? No, I think it might actually load all of it. It's stopping the loading with every log that I put on. But I've only got those logs left. That's it. We're done, and that's done. That is every single log all finished. That's all loaded up onto there. So now we can take this one back down to the shop, and I forgot to do the fast forwarding of time. So rather than worrying about that, what we'll do is we'll have to do stump grinding and stuff tomorrow. We will get this one over to the shop, and then we will sleep the night. We will stop, we will sleep the night. We won't go any further than this today, because that should account for the time that it takes to load this one up, I would have thought. And come down here, slow on these corners. Last thing I want is for this one to flop over onto his side. Bring you around there, like that. And round a little bit more. So yeah, that lizard thing I thought would be really, really cool. But at $200,000, it is a little bit on the pricey side. So maybe we'll leave that until a little bit later on. I mean, it does look very awesome. And the fact that you can plow the land as well as remove the stumps, I thought was pretty cool as well. That was a nice little feature on it. But I mean, I don't see that feature present on it. All I see at the moment is the fact that you can grind the stumps. But I'm hoping that that is sort of a thing that you deploy after you've bought it. It didn't look like it was something that was bought extra and then tagged on behind it. It didn't look that way. There's no gap. Ooh. There's a point. Maybe there is something like that. Maybe we gotta go. We go in here. You got that lizard thing. It wasn't. I don't think it was a pack though. No, it wasn't. Right. Okay. There's nothing on there. I guess the only other one would be maybe under plow. There. There is it. I knew it. I knew it. There was a thing. Right. So there's 4 meters wide. You got to buy that one separately to do the plowing. So it's just a stump grinder, the bit on the front. We've already got that. We can put the stump grinder on the front of our tractor and we can use that plow on the back if we want to. So we've already got the whole setup. It's all already there and ready to roll. Right. Let's go to you and we do that. That's 18,000. And then do that and sell that for another 6,000. That was actually 19. And 6 is 15,000. Just that 14,800 there, I think. Just under $15,000, wasn't it? No, 25,000. Just under $25,000 for that little lot, which is that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Now it's going to be a little while before we actually want to do any more selling of timber, so we'll take this one back home. Bring you in round here. I like the way that when you go round the corner, the trailer actually leans into the corner rather than out of the corner. Which just sort of seems quite cool, actually. I don't know why, I just really like that. Let's bring you over this way. And I'm going to park you in here. I just missed that. Literally just missed that. Right, you are going to park up there. And then I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go straight to bed. It's 7 o'clock. We can go to bed right now, and we will sleep for 12 hours like that. So we go through until 7 a.m. That's going to cost us a little bit of money overnight. We know that. And right, done. We've now got 24,000. That grass there has still not grown. I thought it would have grown by this point. Right, well, we'll ignore that then for a little bit longer, and we'll go up here. Wool is slowly accumulating. We've got a bit of a mess in here. We go and check our sheep in here. We've got brown sheep, and they got a new icon as well. The sheep got a new icon. We've got cleanliness is down. Water, grass, and hay, they're all fine. Although water is so easy to do these days. You just go over to there. Turn it on like that, and then it automatically switches itself off. Like that. There. Now go and get our loader tractor. This is now the official loader tractor. It stays as a loader tractor. There we go. Go to you. And I want... Actually, which one do I want? I want that one over there. So I'll bring you over the... Oops. There we go. Press the wrong button there. Yeah, you don't say, says all of the audience. We never would have guessed that you pressed the wrong button there, Frith, when you leaped out of the tractor while it was still moving. There's no indication there whatsoever that you pressed the wrong button. At all. It looked like it was a deliberate thing. Yeah, okay, sure. Now, if I pick that up, that should tell me that I'm picking up grass. There we go. Look, beautiful new... I love the new icons. I really, really love these new icons. I think they're amazing. Lower that down a little bit like that, maybe. There we go. Now I'm picking up the grass properly. Like that. Perfect. 333 litres in there. Actually, how many sheep have I got? I'm up to 58 sheep in this pen. So bring you over there like that and drop that lot in. That one is done. We're going to wash this tractor, I think. We could do with a little bit of fuel, but I mean, at the moment it's all right for fuel, so we're not going to worry too much about that. We'll bring you over to here and stop. And then we'll go and we'll start this one up, and we'll get that one hosed down a little bit like that. Much cleaner now. Quite a few people have been saying with Seasons that at the moment, I mean, Seasons is like really good, and a lot of people are really pleased with it. However, at the moment, there's a couple of slight issues with it. One being that you've got to repaint your machinery every so often. And the problem with repainting the machinery is that it's rather expensive. The paint wears off your machines really ridiculously fast, and it costs an enormous amount of money to repaint the machines. Absolutely enormous amount to repaint. So I'm assuming that along with a few other little bits and pieces as well, are going to be things that will be tweaked in the first major update for Seasons. Now, we know from last time round that there were a couple of major updates. They got things going to start with, and then they work on the feedback a lot. I know that I'm tabbing all the way, but I don't want to walk all the way up to the top up here. And technically I shouldn't have tabbed, because I'm supposed to do this manually. Supposed to walk. That's such a long way to walk. I mean, it really is. And I'm a very, very lazy person. I don't want to walk that far. So we'll do it like this. I will not be ashamed of doing it like this. We'll start you up and... Right, get you down onto the ground like that, and away we go. Bring you up there. Get that one sliced off. I like this new tractor that we've got. I really do. I think this new tractor is absolutely wonderful. It's going to be a little bit time consuming and tedious to chop off all of these stumps, but I have confidence that we can do it reasonably quickly. I'm not going to be doing mowing up across here because I can't set the hired help doing it. So I would rather just plow up all of this land. So as I'm going to plow it all up, there's little point in me lifting up the stump grinder to save the grass. The reason that I don't want to do this up through here is because there's no actual field here, which means that we can't use the hired help to do this field at all. We have to do the whole thing ourselves and do it manually, and that takes a long time. We know that that takes a lot of time to do. It's not really something that I want to get involved with. We've done plenty of grass work all the way, down there. We did loads and loads of it. We've done plenty of grass work without having an actual field there. I don't think that we need to do it on this. We'll have more grass work that we're going to do up here anyway, because I am going to do, to start with, we're going to plant this with grass. We are going to do that, I think. I think that would be the best option. Plant this one up with grass, and then once we've got the money for a combine, then we can worry about doing the next bit. Right, get that one there, and then back up, and we get this. I've got one right out over on the road over there. Chop you off. There we go. And then we've got to straddle each of these. They don't always work very well, taking them out. But I've also nearly run out of time for today's episode. So tomorrow's episode, we're going to be doing quite a bit of stump grinding. And then once we've done the stump grinding, then we can start worrying about some of the other tasks that we need to do. But stump grinding has got to go first. We've got to get rid of all these stumps. I will also remove this new mob that we've got, this global thing, because of the fact that it's because of this. I want the landscaping thing. I want to be able to use landscaping, like there. Look now, if I bring this all the way back over here, this is our land over here, right? Terrain cannot be modified over there. But it's saying that I can modify the terrain up here. Now, if I do that, right, it's allowing me to modify the terrain around that tree. And it's allowing me to do it around some of these trees, but not all of them. And I don't understand why it's allowing some, but not others. It makes no sense whatsoever, but I do know that we have got a tree stump under there somewhere. There's one under there. So that's the bit that we're going to be finding out at the beginning of our next episode. Not the beginning. We might go and do a bit of other work first, but we will be at some point in our next episode. Possibly not our next episode even. We'll be doing it at some point. We will be going round and we'll be trying to establish where all the underground tree stumps are and then digging them out. We need to be able to... We got $23,000. I'm hoping that will be enough to actually dig out the tree stumps. And it might not be. We might actually have to wait and earn a little bit more money before we can dig them out. But we've got a load of grass down there that's waiting to be cut. So there's money already lined up. We've already got the money there waiting. It's just a question of turning the grass into actual cash. Which won't take too long, I'm hoping. But anyway, that is all I got time for. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.